Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So it seems that today we have a little bit more news to show you guys, and it's something that might be a little bit exciting or might be overwhelming. But you know what? Let's just check it out and see what I'm talking about, and that is the new daily login champion. As we are aware, there's after you get V6, every month after that you start getting fragments towards new champions. So first there was Arix, then there was one epic that was Cyan that was extremely useless. Then we had the Ogren Gurda Bogbrew that's pretty decent, and then we had Lady Arix. Now it's time for us to get a new one, so let's have a look and see if this champion is actually going to be worth it or not, because we need to bear in mind that we get these champions after a year and a half, getting close to 2 years of playing. So you know, their kits have to be something really good in order to be worth it, to to wait for it, or just pull them from ancient charts at the same time. So let's check it. So this champion is Arix. She's a HP magic affinity Night Revenant. So let's see, the skin looks pretty interesting. Like from what I've seen the render as well, we know that they always do a great job when it comes to the artwork, but let's see how is she gonna perform when it comes to her kit. So we start like this. Let me move myself over here. Maybe maybe you guys don't wanna read it yourselves, but on the A1 attacks, all enemies has a 25% chance of removing one random buff from each target. So that one's like AoE A1s, they're always good for the sake of CCing if you're talking about Doom Towers, if you're talking about waves, but at this point, by the time you get her, this is kind of useless, unless it's like unless you're desperate, need somebody for Hydra and you don't have a Mischief target and Mischief steals your buffs, you have her that has a chance to remove those buffs, but it's kind of like meh, I'm not impressed. On the A2 attacks all enemies, it's called with Thornchain Malison, interesting name. Attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Transfers a random debuff from this champion to the targets that receive stun debuffs from this skill. That's on a 4-turn cooldown, maybe it books down to a 3, and I'm quite sure the stun's not going to be 100%. If the stun is going to be 100%, then yes, she can still be useful even after so long, but still, by the time we get her an AoE that does a stun, maybe not even 100%, how useful is this gonna be? Unless you're extremely unlucky and you're really desperate for faction wars and you need help for the Night Revenants and you get her, then yeah, maybe she can be useful for that. But apart from that, honestly, so far it's like I'm unimpressed. Like, I know that some people might be like, yeah, but it's a good progression champion, yeah, but it's this. I know what you mean, but you have to bear in mind, we get this champion after a year and a half or almost 2 years of playing the game. So by that time, you should have most of the Doom Tower champions from hard, from pulled lots of other champions. So far, she seems extremely useless from my point of view. Like, if you see anything that I'm missing, guys, just leave it in the comments below and let me know where do you think she would actually be good that, that I'm missing. Let's check her A3. Warped Guidance on a 5-turn cooldown places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Okay, so ally protector, I'm guessing this will go down to like a 3-turn cooldown. Also places a counterattack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Okay, so she places ally protection and counterattack on herself. Maybe you could argue something interesting for the clan boss, but then I see on the passage against Terminator, so she's useless for clan boss. Ally protection and counterattack, it's if this A3 was an AoE counterattack, I would have been like all over it, like, okay, she's insane, she's good, doesn't matter you get her late, you could use her for Hydra, for for other stuff. AoE counterattack with ally protection on the same skill would be huge, but like this, underwhelming again. Like, I'm so unimpressed that it's insane. And then on the passive, Cynical fails the champion's Terminator by 5% each time an ally inflicts a critical hit. So like I said, that throws her out of the mix when it comes to normal clan boss, unless you make everybody not crit, but that's impossible. You actually want to crit and do damage in the Demon Lord clan boss. Heals this champion by 5% of their max HP each time an enemy inflicts a critical hit. Okay, this could be slightly helpful, but I don't know, guys. I definitely do not see it. I have no idea what this champion could be useful after, like I said, a year and a half or 2 years when we get her as a 30-day login champion. I don't know, leave it down in the comments below if you guys can think of a place where she could be actually useful, because for me, she seems useless. She seems extremely useless. So if I actually read what Raid says about her, it says something like this. Arix is a legendary HP champion of Magic Affinity from Night Revenant's faction. Thanks to Arix's skill set, she will be useful both in PvE and PvP content. This champion's expertise is to deal a great amount of damage. Okay, so she might be good damage dealer. So I guess we have to see the multipliers. Usually, I guess we cannot. If I judge her just by her kit, she's extremely underwhelming. If she has high multipliers, then that would be a different story, and that could actually be interesting. So it says, yeah, deals a great amount of damage while saving and supporting your team. With the help of A1, Arix attacks all enemies and removes one buff from each attacked enemy that we already saw. The A2 is also an AoE attack. It gives Arix a chance to play stun. Yeah, she will transfer random debuff from herself to enemies who receive the stun from this skill. So this one's useful for Hydra, for example, if you're thinking endgame, because you cannot stun the Hydra heads. With the A3, she places her protection on herself and gives herself a counterattack. Okay, Arix's passive skill allows her to boost the turn meter. So basically, they just tell us the same thing that we have read. So from my point of view, she's bad, straight out bad. Because like I said, I cannot judge. I have a main account and I have a free-to-play account. I cannot judge this champion from a free-to-play point of view, because even as a free-to-play point of view, unless you pull her early on and she can help you with, you know, for progression with the AoE stuns and that protection, as a login champ, she's useless. She's just gonna come and go straight into the vault. That's my opinion. If you see anything different, guys, please do leave it in the comment below and let me know where do you think she will actually be useful. But this is gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.